Jewish organizations in South Africa have warned that escalating tensions in the Middle East could spark a broader conflict with civilians likely to bear the heaviest toll. The South African Jewish community held a commemoration for the October 7th attack in which 1,200 Israelis were killed by Hamas militants. The Israel and Palestine conflict has so far resulted in the deaths of more than 41,000 Palestinians to date. Veronica Makhoali has more.
Several organizations, faith-based groups and individuals gathered in Houghton, Johannesburg to pay tribute to those killed in the attacks that ignited a war with no end in sight.
When Iran is sending missiles, it doesn't say I'm directing this to the synagogues. It's only directing the missiles to Israel. So what IDF is doing is protecting the civilians. And we pray that this thing must come to an end because Israel Defense Force will go and defend and retaliate. But we don't want to see that war continue because people in Iran, they will be affected. We see now what Hezbollah is doing. People are affected in Beirut. And we don't want history to repeat itself because we know the consequences of war. And we just pray for the peace of Jerusalem and we pray for the peace of the world. And I wish that the leaders of the world could be in one unity and condemn the war. Today, even today, we don't hear them condemning Hamas. We don't hear them condemning Hezbollah. But all they say is Israel.
From such trauma, we've got such positivity of being one and standing together. And hopefully one day we won't need such trauma and such horrific events to do this. But this does bring us together and we just stand as one.
Ke bona dinepe tseo tsa batho ba la ba kidnapper go bohloko hobane a kere ha o kidnapwa so go bewa hantle wa bewa hantle mo o ntso utlwiswa le bohloko gore moya wa hore ha re kala re kena feeling eo ya hore ho etsahetse eng ke yona e go bohloko.
A survivor of the attack says she continues to struggle with anxiety and survivor's guilt.
My life will never be able to be the same after facing those horrific things on October 7th. I was in Kibbutz Nir Oz with my mother and we were hiding in the safe room in our house for 12 hours while terrorists are trying to break in and kill or kidnap or worse. And we were, luckily, I am able to be here today and speak to you. I've survived, unlike many others. 1 out of 4 people in my community were either killed or kidnapped on that day.
For her, the failure to bring the hostages home remains an open wound.
We still have 20 hostages from Nir Oz in Gaza and 101 hostages from all around Israel and also other countries that are still held in Gaza. And this is the main thing that we need to focus on today, that to think about how is it possible that for 1 year they're still there, they're still experiencing what I had to suffer for 12 hours, they have it for 1 year. Every single moment, they are scared that it will be their last moment.
The commemoration featured exhibitions symbolic to those in Hostage Square in Tel Aviv. This included over 100 trees, which bore the faces of those still held captive. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Veronica Makhoali in Johannesburg.